10,000 steppers, 10,000 steps a day group. And then the diastolic was down 4 millimeters of mercury on that bottom number. In the interval walking group, the 30 minutes compared to the 10,000 steps. So that fascinated me. Okay, so Serena's asking, thank you for a question, you guys. I love questions. How do you do that? So it is 3 minutes. Let's just call
we're
it
listening to Dr. Lisa pace. As we're just starting our live.
Fairly fast walker, whatever
Thanks
your
for joining.
Comfortable pace is.
Dr. Lisa's still on.
Immediately into 3 minutes.
Let's listen.
Crank it up. Crank it up. Pump your arms. Walk as fast as you can for 3 minutes. You'll get your heart rate up. You'll actually start looking at your watch as the 3 minutes done because you are really cranking it hard. And then you go back to 3 minutes of an easy pace. I'll just call it an easy, comfortable pace, whatever your regular pace is. And I don't know, the results that I was seeing, I wish I had really known about this earlier. I came across it, and then I normally
give it a minute. We're almost there.
I start diving down and reading studies on it.
Thanks for joining.
Watching more videos about it, and I didn't want to get so caught in the weeds with getting into the actual study on the YouTube video I just did, but the video is posted now. It's only about 20 minutes long. I also, on top of doing the Lion Diet Challenge, which for me, I pretty much eat lion.
Colebs, Sandy. I put a link.
About my normal day to day because I am doing the April Lion Diet Challenge, as you know. But
all
normally
right.
in my day to day, it's meat, eggs, and occasional, I'll say fairly rare seafood if it presents itself. I don't typically actively.
All right. I just left Dr. Lisa. We're going live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube, Facebook. We're live on Kiltz Mighty Tribe. And I'm trying something a little bit that my good friend Carrie Mann's doing. Invite you in to the live today on YouTube, Facebook for just 5 minutes or less to share your story or ask your question. And so if you see the link on YouTube, Facebook, on drkiltz.com, I welcome all. We're here to heal humanity. Our good friend, Carrie Mann, Adam Lacey, Healing Humanity. And what we're all doing together is healing humanity. So David B., Dawn C., Christopher Ovard, Donald Smith, welcome. Kiltz Mighty Tribe. And let's see, who do we have here on? We have Sandy, Maureen. Let's see here. We got Cheryl. We've got CB Carmack, Colebs. Let's see, Caleb's Carnivore Quest, Cheryl Camp, Sandy Blythe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all my brothers and sisters. Thanks for stopping in. And Lisa Wiedemann, she's still live. You kind of go back and forth between Kiltz and Carnivore. Let's see, Lisa Wiedemann, Carnivore Doctor. She's amazing. Jackie Brown, hello to you. Karen Stanton, things like Viagra until your body returns to normal, being on carnivore. Christopher Ovard. Now listen, there may be times that you're still utilizing standard medical therapy. I find much of what you need to do to get you ready for that relationship is patience in the process. Everyone's going so fast. Slow it down. That's what we need to be doing, is slowing it down more. It's Sunday Fertile Fireside Chat. I don't have my fire on. It's a little warmer today. We're talking about everything fertility, and whether it's really fertility or just improving your fertile life. That's all this is about. Scott, Western Man Photography. How many meals do you suggest per day when starting carnivore, ketovore? Listen, I typically do 1 meal a day. I'll give you a quick show of my Kiltz steak meal. Some days I'll do 2, but mostly it's 1 meal, 1 snack, 1 meal, 2 snacks. That's the majority of what I do. I've been doing carnivore for nearly 15 years, And yes, sometimes I have a cookie, cake, or ice cream, or a French fry, or sips a martini, but that's not very common. Let's see, doing more. Emma, doing more of animal-based diet still heal PCOS, meat, fruit, dairy. I think polycystic ovarian syndrome is actually, I call it plant-caused ovarian sickness. Plant-caused ovarian sickness. Kind of crazy, right? And I think absolutely an animal-based, fatty meat, salt water, one meal a day, the top of the line, the Lion's diet. And then if you add a little bit of fruit, honey, milk products, it'll help. But carnivore is the game changer. Let's see. I cannot imagine actually wanting cookie, cake, or ice cream. Rick Rodriguez, listen, you drive cars, you walk across the street. What I'm trying to do is help everyone realize that small amounts of these things infrequently, and you have food freedom, you can do amazing things. Oh my God, I had a piece of someone's wedding cake. Oh my God, don't lose sleep over it. I don't. I celebrate. But celebrations are supposed to be from time to time, except every day you celebrate life. And what do you eat? You eat meat. See, I don't lead with, oh, I'm addicted to it. Nope. Serena, how you doing, Serena? We got Serena here. And let's see, eat fast, love. Ketone range for fat loss. I don't measure ketones. Don't measure them. But over 2, that's one. But I don't measure ketones. I typically eat fatty meat, one meal a day, and I walk. I do my hour of walking every day on my walking pad, but I do 3 to 4 miles an hour. I throw in some Shawn O'Mara sprinting in there, and I do an incline. Start at 0, go to 1, go to 2, go to 4, go to 8, and finish it up that way. And listen, you got to challenge your body. Got to challenge it, right? Crystal, thank you for saying this about cake. I have gotten more metabolically healthy. I'm looking forward to being able to enjoy dessert with my husband for our anniversary. Enjoy it. But you see, when you have Kiltz's ice cream, it's cream, eggs, a little bit of vanilla, and a tiny bit of cane sugar. Remember, lean meat is another killer. Now, that's why I always go for the fatty meat. I eat the fat, black and blue. Oh, the best ever in life. All right. Your questions are welcome for the hour of superpower. What are you reading? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you inspired by? Oh, you can never do this. BS. Come on. I say, yeah. Brisket boomers in the house. Amy, good morning. Did you see the post I sent about study with dogs? They put polyester pants on dogs and they couldn't get pregnant. Woolen or cotton, they did get pregnant. I agree with you. Listen, we're wearing clothing that we shouldn't be wearing. We should probably be walking around our caves in our natural birthday suit, naked, right? Yes. Let's see. You have to love the energy. Rick Rodriguez, I love you, my brother. Listen, I love Rick Rodriguez, David B., Crystal Jones, George Rosansky. Plants affect women through PCOS, then it must affect men too. It absolutely does. Plant-caused ovarian sickness, PCOS, there's a male component to that too. It's basically damaging your hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, adrenals, your ovary, testicles. But if you look at, let me see if I got this paper here. I kind of cleaned up my desk before I left a few weeks ago. Here we go. Goitrogenic foods. Just read about the goitrogens. I'm sorry. They're killers. And they're all the healthy foods you and I have been taught to eat. They will damage your testicles, your ovaries, your brain, your bowels, every single nook and cranny of your body. Dead, dead, dead. All right. Let's see. Who do we have? Q from, let's see. Do you think that higher cortisol caused by stress would cause PCOS, just sugars caused by insulin resistance? All right. I don't ever call it insulin resistance. plant poisoning. It's plant poisoning. That's all it is. You and I are poisoned by plants because we're eating a healthy diet. And just look up goitrogenic foods. And this isn't rocket science. The goitrogens adversely affect every cell, every organ system, and every organism. And if you look up the United States Department of Agriculture's journal on plant poisoning, when the livestock get damaged, they lose money. But when you get damaged, they make money. Babies hate veggies. We hate them. I'm working to get Julio, Pilar, and Luca's little baby, 8 weeks almost, on a carnivore diet. Well, he's sucking milk from a breast, but when Miss Pilar eats plants, they may adversely affect the baby's milk. So all women, all men, yes, it affects the testicles and the prostate, every nook and cranny of your body. I know it's kind of crazy, right? Do you do an egg fast? I don't do egg fasts. I do fasting. I drink water and nothing. And I do 2 to 3 days a month. I'll do a 2 to 3 day fast. Okay, once a month, I do a 2 to 3 day fast. Every quarter, I do a 5 to 7 day fast, but do the best you can, or don't do it at all. Fasting, oh my God, it's the most amazing thing. I do an hour of walking on my walking pad, my treadmill, but I do my walking weights and watching. I'm always watching, like Lisa Wiedemann. I'm watching while I'm walking. I'm out in the sunlight. I just got back from Mexico to just get some nice sun. I was also in sunny Florida for a little bit. It was anyway. Rick Rodriguez. I tried for 41 years to get a heart attack eating high-fat meats and no veggies. Totally failed. LOL. Rick Rodriguez, I'm telling you, you're right. Fruit, fiber, vegetables, seeds, and nuts are deadly for humans. Simple story, done with that. Easy, right, Amy? Yeah. PCOS, plant-caused ovarian sickness. Lewis, how you doing, my friend? Boyd Lamb, thanks, Sandy. I thought your comment was sarcastic. Sometimes I think our interesting aren't even close. Good morning, Carnivore Zen. Oh, by the way, I was watching Ford Brewer on blood pressure reduction, and I did an interview with Ford Brewer with Eric Berg. Oh my God, amazing energy. Jesus Vega. Let's see, Maya and Casey with the K. Who else? Scott Everson. I know there's more here. Oh, Dr. Nelson and whoever's here, welcome. Fasted asked it. All right. Oh my God. What do we got here? We are back from Bahamas. Went with another family from school. They are now doing keto carnivore. Listen, Kiltz's keto is carnivore, but we invite and invest in all those that are ketovores, carnivores, animal-based, plant-based, but you have to have faith in God first, right? Where is God? Look in the mirror, right? Scott Everson interviewed me. It's been 2 years. Let's get Scott, Rick Rodriguez, get Scott interviewing again, right? Absolutamundo. Ketone range for fat loss. I have no idea. I bet. How long to wait for another transfer after a vaginal delivery? 3 months, C-section, 6 months. And same protocol. If you had a baby from it, same protocol. Good morning, Britt Lamachia. Picos and Endo. I've been carnivore for 5 months. Feel amazing. Thank you watching. Britt, thank you, by the way. And I'm learning from so many human beings that are truly lionesses and lions. But we've been lined up as we can meet domesticated animals. Would you just walk down the street and grab plants and eat them? Never. But would you go hunting for what I call man's meal, which is meat? And what do men want? Be told, oh, honey, you're so wonderful. Oh, honey, you're so wonderful. and they want to eat steak and eggs every day. And then they want to be made love to. Remember, flatter them, feed them, make love to him. And men, do the same thing. Tell her she's amazing. Steak and eggs, that's how you make babies. Flattered, fed, and made love to. I love it. I love it. Son's 9-year-old friend, mirror neurons are real. Absolutely. You just keep on being and doing you, my brothers. Thomas Pruitt, how you doing? Crystal Jones, I'm so happy I found this way of eating. Whoa. Totally saved my life. I've lost a total of 91 pounds. Where'd they go? You don't lose fat, you use fat. And glucose is never the energy for the human body. It's for glycosylation. Just look up the glycobiome and glycosylation. You'll be like, no one ever taught me this one. Right on. My highest, this is Crystal Jones, 61 pounds since I started keto carnivore. Reversed, eliminated type 2 diabetes. It's simply a disease. It's not hyperinsulinemia. It's secondary to plant protein, low-fat diet. Hyperinsulinemia is never the cause of disease. Nope, it's not. Except if you're injecting it all the time, it's actually propaganda. It's a plant protein, low-fat diet's our problem. Stop eating lean meats and proteins and plants, and eat one meal a day. And listen, if you are obese, there's nothing wrong with you, except you've been convinced there's something wrong with you, but there's nothing wrong with you, and you simply go lion's way. See, lions are very discerning of what they flatter, feed, and F. You know that, right? Flattered, fed, and effed. It's so simple, right? We're eliminating, we're basically, we stop the plant poisoning. Poison by plants is all it is, right? Dr. Anidra, Butterfly and the Diving Bell. That is a great, amazing book. What are you reading? What are you listening to? What are you inspired by? Miss T is in Nice right now for the week. We're going to both be in Australia on the 26th. I'm excited about that. Oh, rewarded, and explain all of that. It is, right? Reword it. Apps Crystal, it's a word game. Life is a wondrous word game. That's why I have infinite books I read. And Kiltz's Keto Carnivore, we're putting together my books on faith, daily inspiration, meditation and prayer, eat one meal a day, make love to life in positive, loving, kind ways, and travel the world. We're here to travel the world, right? 20 pounds, George Radowski, 20 pounds on just food change without exercise the last couple of months after years of no change. You don't have to exercise. Get up out of bed. Make the bed. Do your mighty prayers. Thank you, God, Lord, Creator, for this day. I love you. Get down. Do your push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. But the most important exercise is get up. Yep. And what am I going to talk about in Australia or Yuma, Arizona, or Hack Your Health? I'm going to talk about you. Am I putting slides up there to show the science? Nope. No science needed. Nope. If my glucose levels go up when I switch from ketovore to triple BE, is that from gluconeogenesis and should I concern? No. Listen, when you eat food, sugars and amino acids go up because they're supposed to. There's nothing wrong with that. Insulin rises. So in the liver, amino acids and simple sugars are converted to fat. So you can make fat. You can live another day. We do not ever burn sugar. Sorry. I know. Well, glucose is important. There are 9 sugars in the human system that are most primary important. Xylitol gum for breath. Nicole, from time to time, enjoy it, but minimize to maximize. Nicole White, you don't need it. Yep. David B., see you in Yuma, Tennessee. We'll see the great, masterful Ken Berry, Nisha Berry, I'm sure is going to be there. But I know we're all healing humanity by doing what? Simple stories. The Bibles. Bring the Bible or Scientific America. Do we need another scientific story to teach us the right answer? Zero. Nope. You just have to show up at a meetup, and showing up is going live online, right? Okay, you eat food, glucose, sugars, amino acids rise. They go to the liver. The liver is delivered insulin so that in the liver, amino acids and sugars are converted to fat. Done. Simple. Amazing. Right on. Beautiful family. Selena, Fox Primal Health. Hello. Letty Bergen. Last time I did keto, I lost my menstrual cycle 4 months until increasing carbs. Nervous. I know it's kind of a hard one, but there's no plant required in human diet. But listen, ketovore, carnivore, lifivore, be a fativore. Listen, if you've got fat on your body and there's a famine, you're fertilizer last. We're first, right? Iguanivore. I love it, Rick. Grateful every single day. Thank you, God, Lord, created for the day, every day. We got our several of our books. We got our CNY Fertility Family Building Guide. I got Kiltz's Keto, Kiltz's Carnivore. We're putting them all out there to give you different insights. But if you want to be keto, you want to be carnivore, there's a place for every vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean, pescatarian, and carnivore. That's all it is, right? A gallstone will eating carnivore. Oh my God, carnivore will make those kidney stones eventually go away. You see, when you eat the fat, the most fantastic ever in the universe, right? Mama Cracker, awesome. Sneaky Plants, Boyd Lamb. Let's see. Got my Kiltz cups. I'm going in the studio today. I got to glaze a bunch of cups. More Kiltz cups coming. And Kiltz cups are unique and magical like you are. Really simple. They're all made out of stardust. They're all different size, shapes, colors, like wobbliness, just like you and I. Dairy work for peripheral neuropathy. Oh, yeah. Teresa Pedersen. Listen. Now, there's the triple BE, Dr. Berry, and then the baby's diet for Dr. Kiltz. Bacon, eggs, butter, beef, Kiltz's ice cream, salt, 1 meal a day. That's it. Good afternoon from the Netherlands. Sandy Blythe, hello to you. Order a large Kiltz cup. I got more coming. Any here made their own unpasteurized cheese. You can make all your own stuff. Get that raw, unpasteurized milk. Amazing. Ashley, we had our baby 2 weeks ago and he's perfect. Nice. Consulted for my IVF tubal ligation and it worked first try. When can I have another baby? I recommend 3 months before you do a transfer for a vaginal delivery. And I recommend 6 months. But your call. And we're working to make Kiltz Health, CNY Fertility accessible to everyone. You could order your own labs, your own bloods, fill in your own history. AI will give you the answer. AI, Kiltz's AI. Daniel Berling, I'm a nurse practitioner trying to teach my patient about carnivore. However, when they see other providers, they negate what I have said, discrediting me. I feel like an uphill battle. Oh, I love uphill battles, Danielle. We're on an uphill battle every day, and plaster it, beat it, tackle it. But remember, hold your strength and share your story. That's why we're here, right? Just say, hey, listen, you might think about, but look at Kiltz's keto and carnivore stories. They're all unique and beautiful. My good friend, Miss Maria Emmerich, is the keto queen, and Kiltzy is the keto king with a K, right? Yep. Don't ever give up, Danielle. And keep going, right? Fighting against big pharma. I don't fight against anyone. Mother Teresa, I will never fight the fight. I will live the life of sharing a story of healing humanity for all. And don't forget, my new cross that Miss T got me. I love it. But remember, have faith in God, look in the mirror, and there he it is. All religion encompass belief and faith in God. And that's within each and every one of us. So simple, right? Would L-arginine help with egg quality and thicken the lining? Yes. Look at molecular fertility, kiltz scalp. We're working on our new supplements, organ meat, liver meat, eat the fatty meat, right? Yep. Awesome, Ashley. Nice. Colorado Springs, Brandis. And they're trying to take her license away as an most amazing nurse practitioner. But we're just staying strong. Keep doing it. She's there to help people. And Dr. Gondra is there, our new Dr. Gondra. She's still kind of been thrown into the craziness of kiltz's way. And Dr. Banerjee, Dr. Gomez, Dr. McNichols, Dr. Faruqi, Dr. Chang, Dr. Grossman, Dr. Ditkoff, Dr. Klein, Max Klein, amazing team members at the most amazing fertility center. And we're making all of what we do easily accessible and open to everyone. So simple. Yep. Zaid, how to reduce blood pressure during pregnancy. Carnivore. Faith, my blood pressure is low and beautiful. Meditation, prayer. Breath work. 4-4-8. The box approach, right? In, hold, out. In 4 seconds, hold it 4 seconds. My blood pressure is perfect and beautiful. And when you eat meat, fatty meat, it'll reduce the blood pressure. Mine, and every time I go to the doctor, they take my blood pressure. They're like, oh, it's so high. Okay, and then I started all my meditation, prayer, visualization, Tai Chi, yoga. All those things are simple. And you don't have to do any running. You don't have to go exertion. Slow it down. And bingo, went down. It'll go down. So red light therapy, sunlight therapy, meditation, prayer, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, kiltz's ice cream, salt, 1 meal a day. That is the way. I love it. Oh my God, I was visiting Luca and Pilar, Julio, Gina, and Franca. And I had some really great Wagyu. It was great. Awesome and beautiful. Let me get back to Mighty Tribe. I lost it a second. Okay to work out before noon. Yes. Go for a walk in nature. Do your weights walking. Do your, you could do simple work on the chair and the counter and on your armchair. Do it. This month, I'm starting my IVF with Dr. Royo. Carnivore. Read our books. Keto carnivore. This is it. Listen, less is best. 1 meal a day. Have faith in God. These are the books you want to read, right? These are the books you want to read. Simple. My blood pressure. And you don't need to measure your blood pressure. Stop measuring. I feel fantastic. Hold it, breathe it in 4, hold it for 4, and let it out in 8. But it's simply any of these things work. Thank you, God, Lord, creator for the day. Thank you, God, Lord, creator for the day. Thank you, God, Lord, creator for the day. Now I'm in my stand-up desk. All right. Let me see if I can do this for you guys. Let's see if I can do this, if it makes any sense. All right. Let's see if I can. I'm being a little crazy, right? All right. So it really is simple, right? How many times hey, thank you, God, Lord, creator for the day. Thank you, God, Lord, for this life. Mother Mary, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Lao Tse, Abraham. It's most people are not using their mind to the masterful way of improving their life. They're living a worry-filled life, right? They're listening to the news and the stock market and the government and all the yickety yak. The world is the world, and it's created in the mind. It's as simple as that. And I know you guys are all doing your 100 push-ups a day, right? But even if you're on your knees and doing them, that's doing the work. No special equipment is required on this craziness journey. I'm telling you, nothing, right? Jennifer, how you doing? Second trimester working. Jennifer, it always works perfectly the way it's supposed to. It always works perfectly the way it's supposed to, right? Always. Need to eat protein within a certain, no. Look at all the stories. You have to do this or that. It's all BS. Meg, look at eat breakfast, eat lunch, or eat dinner. I don't care which one. I prefer dinner. I prefer fatty meat, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, and salt. I stay away from fruit, fiber, vegetables, seeds, or nuts or any significance or frequency. Can you eat them? Can you be a vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean? Yes, you can. You can, yes, right? Tammy Peterson. Tammy Peterson is, I listen and watch her dearly all the time. Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson. And I love hanging out with you, by the way, right? Just hanging out. That's what we're here to do. We're all brothers and sisters, whatever your religion or non-religion, it doesn't matter, right? Eat leaves, root stems, especially never seeds. Rick Rodriguez, I'm with you. Listen, the seeds want to take you down, make you frown. It's as crazy as that, right? All right, Casey. Thank you, Nat. Let's see. Let me make sure I get a little. I'm going to click on you. Let's see. Anna on YouTube. Would you use natural progesterone cream, wild yams to heal PCOS or not? Okay. Did you just hear that from Anna PL07? Natural progesterone creams are made from wild yams. Plants contain the birth control and the abortion pill. That's why we have so much problem, both on the male and female sides, right? And it's as simple as that, right? Don, quite a bit, not weighing. Let's see what we got here. Bacon Girl, how you doing? We're on Instagram for a second, going back and forth. And let's see, just adding fatty meat and taking out green vegetables. I'm a new woman, the darling of raw. All you need to do. Izzy Watson was on. Let's see. And again, it's so simple. And eat meat 3 times a day. Fatty meat is what you want to eat. That's as simple as that. I thought I was the only one who would sit and stretch. Again, just sit and stretch on the floor. It's all you need to do. Nothing, no special equipment required. Listen, all you need to do is when you're watching Kiltz, you get down on the floor, you do some stretching, right? And I'm not as stretchable as I used to be, but what I've learned is just get on the floor and practice getting up. And so that if you fall, you get up, or if your wife leaves the house, you could still get up out of bed, right? All right. Alabama, limited for egg retrieval and transfers. Atlanta. We're not doing retrievals and transfers in Atlanta yet, but we're working on it. Starting my IVF with Dr. Royo. Read Family Building Guide, Kiltz's Keto, and Kiltz's Carnivore. Absolutely. Fatty meats, all you need to eat. That's the game changer. Everyone's eating lean filet. It's deadly for us. Deadly. Pregnant 43, adenomyosis. Yes, family roots form all day long. Listen, plants cause endometriosis, endometritis, adenomyosis. Those are the goitrogens, right? They're the goitrogens. The goitrogens, isn't it so simple? All you need to do is is simply start getting on the ground. Go to yoga, Tai Chi, just stretching it out. Go for a walk. Go for a 1 mile an hour walk. Okay, the next week it's 2 miles an hour. Then you get it to 3 miles an hour. It is so amazing and simple. Simple. Theo and Nicole. Awesome. Triple F, flattered, fed, and effed. That's all. That's it. It's true, but you must be kind and loving and generous to your partner. Pile of greasy pans and dishes while I'm listening. Chad Brown, how you doing? Clean those pots. Listen, and Pharaoh Skincare. I got this really great gift from our good friends at Pharaoh Skincare. I'm gonna have to open it up. I got to do it. Let's see if I can do this. Yep. Hold on. I love gifts in the mail. Let's see if I can get it. Maybe, baby. All right. Okay. Oh, Dr. Kiltz. What a joy to chop. What a joy to chop it up with you this week. Got a box in the mail to Pilar. They sent a gift to Pilar and Julio and Luca in order to heal that little baby. Let's see. Continued success, health. Oh, what do we got in here? Oh, my God. We've got some skin food by Pharaoh. Listen, and I'm always here to support my brothers and sisters sharing products. My good friend Serena also does this. Face food. What do you do with it? Let's see here. Ooh. There you go. There's my face food, right? And we need to put more of nature's fats because, and how about a little bit in the hair, right? I think I probably got to do a little hair care, right? I think my good friend Carrie is also about put it in the hair on the scalp. And what do you think? It looks shinier and better already, doesn't it? And get all over and then get out in the sun. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get out in the sun also. Although upstate New York isn't quite Florida. But also I got some goat soap from Pharaoh Skincare, unscented goat milk soap. It's got smart lard, coconut oil, goat milk, sunflower oil, sodium hydroxide, castor oil. You know, again, all sorts of different ways to do this. You choose on what products you're going to put in and on. But I'm telling you, I have two sources. It's Bighorn Mountain Farms and Snake River Farms. But we've got some others that we've been gifted, and we're going to share those local, right? Greasy pans, fix my camera so I can make a soap making video. Rick, you got to do it. Listen, the beauty here is that you can do it all on your own, right? Your own. And Dr. Nelson and Alia, Monday through Friday, but we're going to do a 5 a.m. and we're also work to do a later in the afternoon, like a 5 p.m. What do you think? Or something later, like at 8 p.m.? So 8 p.m. Eastern time with Dr. Nelson. Kiltz needs a little help because by 8, I'm already ready for bed. Awesome. And Miss T is in Nice. We're going to go to Australia coming up in a couple of weeks. Darling of Raw. It is crazy, but eat the meat, be the master, eat the mush, weak and meek. So simple and crazy, right? All right, let's see if I can get touch. United Carnivore, TB, awesome. We are what we repeatedly do. Kitchens, let's see. His Queen, loving me, Keith. Good morning. Thank you for taking time out of your day to answer our questions. And thanks for everything that you do and your CNY team. The CNY fertility team is amazing. We're working to keep our prices affordable and even lowering them for you and everyone else. Simple, fabuloso, TB ribs. All right, Michael. All right, is 2.4 TSH is not too high. Look at your T3, T4, free and bound levels. Awesome. Eating canned salmon today. Waiting Wednesday to buy. Yeah. Listen, a little bit of fish in a can or a jar. I think the jars are probably better. I think I have some. Do I have any? Do I still have the jarred? Oh, there we go. Although let me, I'm pretty smoked salmon. Let's see here. Ingredients: smoked Alaskan salmon. Okay. See, salt and brown sugar. You got to be real. That's why I go right for the fresh stuff. I don't typically eat the jarred stuff. I use Dr. Squatch soaps and shampoos and other natural products. Yeah, natural. I use tallow soap, and often I just like wash it up and I enjoy life, right? You don't need all that stuff. Wait, after vaginal delivery, same protocol, stick to the same protocol for sure. Yep. Let's get a wave to all my Instagram brothers and sisters. Thanks for stopping in. And to my YouTube brothers and sisters, thanks for stopping in. Carnivore in January, got pregnant February, 6 months of trying. Shelby Fezzi, listen, carnivore, don't tell your doctor you're doing carnivore. Do it anyway. And then when you're pregnant, you're having a beautiful pregnancy, staying carnivore, by the way. And then when you've delivered your baby's breastfeeding, stay carnivore. And I hope Miss Pilar and Luca are listening, because I know Julio wants to listen. Awesome. Dr. Nelson, Sandy. Let me see here. Let's see if the link to my StreamYard. Let's see if we get Dr. Nelson. I'm just putting it right in the chat. And listen, what do we got here? We got about 20 minutes left here. Dr. Nelson is a rock star. Michael, thank you. Let's see. Hey, Dr. Kiltz, include a 72-hour fast this evening. I want to try the sardine thing. How do you feel about feeding with sardine? Yeah, I love Dr. Bosworth. Dr. Bozzy. I just eat meat, fatty meat. I'm not a fish fan personally. I don't know where it came from. In the waters of the world that are contaminated, I just don't do it. That's why I keep this to show like you could do this, but I don't know how I got in a jar. But what are they putting in this wrapper? Or you order it directly from your rancher farmer locally, and I love it. Hold on for Kelsey. I'm looking for one. Here we go. All right. I'm grateful to Santa Carota beef. They feed their beef carrots, and I left this with my daughter because they needed some meat, and they're enjoying it. But get out there locally, buy a half a cow, a whole cow, share with your neighbors. You need nothing else. Get the organ meats, grind them up, put them in the beef, and grind your own meats. That's it. Local source, grass-fed, grass-finished is visibly different than store-bought. Donald Smith, absolutely. But for those of you that don't have they're not ready there, Costco, Walmart, Price Chopper, Flip, go out there and buy the meat, the beautiful meat, add the eggs, bacon, butter. Kiltz's baby's diet, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, throw in Kiltz's ice cream, salt, one meal a day. Amazing, master of life, right on. You are the master of your life. Nobody else. As you think, so shall it be. Chance of getting pregnant after an embryo being frozen. Yes, absolutely, Taylor. Sam, I'm starting my first round of IVF next month, and I'm so excited and hopeful every day. Plan on doing a fresh transfer, but during our consult with our nurse navigator, she made aware. There's lots of things. Plan afresh. always be ready to do a frozen. And there is a risk. Do low dose protocol with letrozole, 10, 220, 10, 330. If you know it's freeze-all, Provera, no ganirelix. I recommend 5 milligrams of letrozole for the whole 10 days of stim. Local sourced. We're working on our new kiltz health with consults with Dr. Vasquez, and we're working to do coaching consults around the globe. We're not here to give you a prescription. We're only here to listen, learn, and communicate. We're not writing a prescription. We're not giving you medical advice. We're just discussing your options for fertility care. That's as simple as that. Where are all the other people in another chat? I've got the Instagram, and I've got Kiltz Mighty Tribe on. We've got 56 on KMT today, and Kiltz Mighty Tribe is for free for everyone. We need volunteers, and we got Alia helping, Dr. Nelson, Nate helping, volunteers for building. That's what we're all doing. Wait. The amazing Dr. Nelson is in the house. Dr. Nelson, how are you doing this awesome day?
I'm doing great. Sorry for the lights behind me. I usually close that curtain, but
I've got the light coming in also today. And there's a light shining on all of us every single day. I think that's the truth
I was hoping someone clicked on that. I've been, since you started, I've been here, but I was remaining quiet. But I was hoping someone clicked on it and have one of our audience. We still have some time, even if it's 5 minutes. Anyone who wants to click on the link, come and talk to us.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the YouTube Facebook link. You want to give us 1 minute to 5 minutes of your story, quick and simple, a quick question. I'm working on including lives, your live, to come in here. And we're upgrading our StreamYard, YouTube, Facebook, our Instagram, Kiltz Mighty Tribe. It's all for free. And Dr. Nelson, are you going to be doing virtual consults?
Yep. We're going to be doing one-on-one coaching. But first, go to drkiltz.com, sign up. You can have some Q&As for free. Exciting things are coming. And about the afternoon lives, I'm planning for 3 o'clock. I could be twisted to do later at 9, but by 9 p.m., my new boss has me so sleepy. I have to get up at 4. I usually get up at 4. So,
well, we
okay.
might consider divide and conquer, because I think that would be fantastic. So, all right, Thomas, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I figure I'd come on and see my 2 favorite doctors. So,
well, do you have any quick stories or questions to share with our listeners, followers, watchers, co-creators?
Well, I mean, my story is pretty vast, as you guys know. You know, I'm type 2 diabetic. I just recently had my A1C checked again, Dr. Nelson, and it's gone down from 8.9 to 7.6. So it's.
And what was it before the 8.9 though? What was it
before? Before the 8.9, it was like, well, it actually went up from the 8.9. From 7.2 to 8.9, so it's going back down again.
Your highest was what? Because what was your highest? Your highest.
My highest completely was about 13.5.
Yeah. So you're doing great.
I am on the right track, and I am so happy about that. You know.
What else are you incorporating besides your diet?
You mean like activity and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, I just got done with walking around the track. So I'm trying to do that, and you know, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I'm actually going inside, going back up to my apartment. So I actually went. Sorry about that. I'm actually on my cell phone with you guys, so I'm going to go in my apartment and see you guys there. So I actually was in a wheelchair for quite a while, so this is actually an achievement for me to be able to
Wow.
walk around and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Why a wheelchair?
Two things. I had an amputation on my right foot, and I had my left heel. I had
He froze. He had some diabetic ulcers, ended up with have some amputations, and that's when he really turned things.
How many people out there are suffering from diabetic complications, mostly type 2, doctor?
Too many.
And what's the simple solution?
95% of the people with type 2 diabetes should never have had type 2 diabetes.
I agree.
So complications from blindness, kidney failure, amputations, all these things, they should never happen if we were given the right tools, which you can always find at drkiltz.com.
And by the way, you don't have to do a Zoom meetup with Dr. Nelson or our coaches. And if you get your coach certification through Kiltz Health, you too could become a coach to help those, because our job is to teach all of us to then be teachers that we can help our brothers and sisters like Thomas. My sister had diabetes type 1, and had she been given a carnivore diet since day one, she may have never lost her eyesight, her kidney function, her limbs, nor her life at 52. And so really what we're doing here is sharing a concept, an idea that is so different. Would you agree, Thomas?
I do. And, coincidentally, I'm actually 52 now. So.
Wow.
Talk about the irony,
Essentially, you are on your way to similar problems, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was, like for the longest time, and I've mentioned this before, and I think you can relate. I actually was like on and off carnivore for like the longest time. And it wasn't until January 1st, I figured New Year and everything like that, that I actually contacted Carrie Mann and started my process. And now I'm like on all these communities, including yours, including the mighty, the Kiltz Mighty Tribe. And, by having all this community, I'm now full carnivore.
Yeah.
And it took that to bring it on.
We need you to keep leading our brothers and sisters and all doing this together, that our suffering has value. It all happens for a reason. Never a shouldn't have happened, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, and aside from my diabetes, I also suffered from an infection that was in my back, which is most of the reason why I was in the wheelchair. The infection actually went right into my spine and caused me to be bedbound for about almost 3 months. Like when I say bedbound, I mean like totally bedbound.
Wow.
Like where the nurse would have to like pull me up in the bed and help me with every part of my living.
Well, I'm glad you're here and sharing your story. It's important to keep sharing. You're going to be any of the meetups coming up?
I will be at the Boston meetup.
Awesome.
So I will see you guys there. Hello, Rick. How you doing?
All right. Hey, Rick.
Yes.
Tell us your story.
Well, I'm sure everyone, well, maybe I'm not sure. Everyone should know my story because I am the longest carnivore you'll find in the U.S. I'm also the tallest, and I'm the only one that started the carnivore diet because I wanted to die. And sadly, though, well, actually, I shouldn't say sadly. I'm very happy that it turned out it was just the opposite.
And for all of those that may not know your story, well, what were you suffering from, and when did you start carnivore, and what changes did you see?
I was suffering from, I guess, a typical teenager's frustration, too skinny, just everything was, I just didn't feel good. Let's put it that way. And I got picked on a lot. My grades were low, just not a very happy kid. So I had finished junior high. I was trying to help my dad build a carport. I fell through the roof, broke my left arm. So here I am getting ready for high school. And I'm thinking about, man, I had all this problem in junior high. Now I got to go to high school with a broken arm. It's like a bird with a broken wing. I thought, if I could just get sick long enough, then I wouldn't have to go to school. I could stay home. We could have some kind of arrangement. So I thought, well, I'm going to do the exact opposite of what my parents told me, because my dad was very much into health food. He always told me you got to have the whole grains, the vegetables, the fruits. He did juicing. There used to be this guy, I think his name was Jay Kordich, that sold a juicer. And my dad had been juicing since the 60s, had all those books and the prevention magazine and all that. So I thought, you know what? This is the opposite of what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the exact opposite. You remember how they said that one egg was like smoking 2 cigarettes or something like that? So I'm going to eat as many eggs as I can. I'm going to eat full fat. At that time, I was drinking milk. They used to get skim milk from farm stores. I said, I want to get the whole milk. And then, you shouldn't eat the fat. You don't want to cook with lard. My mother used to use margarine. She used something called Super Brand spread that came from Winn-Dixie. It was like in a plastic tub. Nope, I'm not going to use that. And I thought, I'll use real butter. I'll use beef fat, anything that was as unhealthy as possible. And I said, I hate vegetables. I'm not going to eat them anymore. And of course, my parents, they kept bugging me. Well, Rick, you got to eat your vegetables. It's healthy. I don't care. I'm going to get a heart attack. I don't care. But the funny thing is that when I started this diet, it like changed my whole mind. I used to be the kid that tried to fit in. When I hit the carnivore diet, it was like, I don't care, because I grew up in the 80s. I hate the 80s. So I thought, man, I'd like to go back to the 50s or 60s. So I thought, what can I do? I started dressing like the 50s or 60s. I tried to develop the same hairstyle. I put lard on my hair so kids wouldn't mess with it. So everything changed. And within that first year of high school, at the end, when I finished, nobody ever picked on me again. And the funniest thing is I started to grow like crazy. My height went up. I have a picture of me from junior high. It's on my YouTube page. The girls were taller than me. But by the time I finished high school, I was the second tallest kid in the school, and I am now 6'6". And I'm 50. Wow. I'll be 57 years old in a couple of months. I have the energy of when I was a teenager. I don't look too bad. I mean, I'm not the greatest looking guy out there, but I'm lean. I work hard. I have no chronic health conditions. And that's pretty much my story, as quick as it can be.
And Dr. Kiltz, we have him already scheduled for 1 hour coming up in a few weeks.
Awesome. But these are the stories that we're finally realizing that, are we really trying to fit in, or are we really working to be outcasts? And maybe that's the real story here. It's good to be an outcast.
That's me. The only thing is, I think sometimes even in the carnivore community, I'm an outcast, because I'm very critical of the people there that are trying to make money off of it or make a name for themselves. So that's why I came here, because this looks like a genuine group. No one's out there trying to sell you anything. They're just trying to give you the information, and then you make the decision yourself. And I like that. That's the way I want to see things.
Well, we're working to maintain our free site, and we're working to create a keto carnivore coaching certificate that basically is available to everybody. Now, that gives you a certificate. Oh, by the way, do you need a certificate to share and teach this stuff? No,
not really.
No.
But it's nice to have.
I guess maybe. I mean, I always say, where did Jesus get his degree? Just went out there and shared a story. I think that's, and I agree with you. It's so important that this is a game changer for everything I've learned in science and medicine. And one of a nurse practitioner on Kiltz Mighty Tribe was saying, she tells people this, but then she gets chastised. I said, that means she's doing the right thing.
Right.
That's it. You know what they say? You get the most flack when you're over the target.
That's absolutely, and keep firing away, keep sharing. That's what we're here to do.
The other thing I like about you, I was watching your live stream earlier, and you're like me. You sit like this, you move around. I hate people that sit in a gamer's chair when they're doing a live stream, I like to stand up and I like to move around. So I figured that's probably going to be me when I'm, 60 something, 70 something, always on the move, lean and active.
I could never sit still in school. I ADHD,
Me either.
OCD, and we just created our new studio, which has 2 chairs. But I'm like, guys, we need a stand-up table so I could at least do this, right? And that I think is it. What about exercise? And maybe Sandy and Thomas, you could both sort of comment on. I'm sorry. Rick, you guys could both comment on that.
Well, I don't exercise. I do no structured exercise whatsoever. I just work. I move around. I ride my bike when my truck won't run. I do a lot of physical labor. I do a lot of clean outs. I work on equipment. So I'm always on the move. I rarely sit down. Now, sometimes I have to sit at a PC when I do technical related work, networks and stuff like that, but I'll always get up to move around. And I deliberately park far from the office building so I can walk a good distance. And like I said, with my bike, even sometimes if there's no traffic, I'll take the bike instead of running the car, because sometimes it doesn't even take that much longer. In fact, sometimes I go to Aldi or I go to Winn-Dixie or whatever store, the Presidente, I get there back and forth faster and I feel better. Plus, I can get out in the air. I can get a little bit of sunlight and do all that at one time. I don't have to think about it. So it's great.
Tom.
Well, as you know, like I mentioned before, I do walk around the track. I try doing that at least once a day. And I also will occasionally, I'll do some regular workouts, like push-ups, stuff like that, which I've actually shown on some of my channel videos. And then every once in a while, I'll wear my weighted vest and walk around with the weighted vest on and use my kettlebell and my dumb weights.
Yeah, I do some structured stuff. I do my 100 push-ups a day and a little walking. And you're right. I go from my house to my garage to my car to my office, parking lot. And it's not a far walk to my office, and we spend a lot of time there. That's why I think it's important to have your weights or do some push-ups or stand up and work. The 5 causes of disease: plant sugars, plant antigens, plant chemicals, fermentation of plants in the gut, and excessive exercise.
And is that written anywhere, Dr. Kiltz?
You can go to either my keto books, my carnivore books. I kind of can't shut up.
All right. I'm going to sign off because I'm on my way to see Homesick Buckeye.
Say hi to Russ.
From here. Yeah, say hi to Russ.
Tell Russ that we're all thinking of him, and I appreciate everyone for being here. We'll be here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., usual customary time. Dr. Nelson working on later. Appreciate him. And Rick and Tom, thank you. And for everyone just stopping by for the Hour Power, I love you.
Feeling is mutual.
Healing, feelings mutual. All right, my brothers.
Thank you again.
All right, thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right. Bye.